Hey everybody, we're live now with Friday Night Pour. As you guys can see, the background has changed a little bit. We're still putting up a few more lights, but let me know how you guys like the background, whether you like it or not. We've got some new releases from K. Luke. So this one's the small batch blended bourbon whiskey. Blended straight bourbon whiskey. This is from K. Luke's distillery. Out of Bardstown, I believe. Bardstown, Kentucky, yes. Bottled for K. Luke Spirits at Bardstown Bourbon Company, Bardstown, Kentucky. So it's Bardstown Bourbon Company, BBC. And then this one is the Amaro cask finish. Actually, you could just turn that off. Yeah, like here. This is good. This is good. Perfect. Yeah. Looks better. So yeah, I've got these nice releases. I'm going to keep them right here so that we can have them tasted, and I'll go through some of the tasting notes. We don't have that many people today, so I'm gonna end it a little sooner. But you know, all in all, it's a good setup. It's coming together. I've got some good lights, some good backlights. I would change the backlight a little bit, but you know, I'll do that next time. A little more lighting for the bottles themselves, but I can showcase the bottles nicely. Looks perfect to me. So let's start with the blended bourbon whiskey. This is something that I was very excited for because I've heard a lot of good things about this release. Perfect. Let's do it. Whoa. So this is the K. Luke batch 15 straight bourbon blended whiskey. So this is not a single barrel. These two are single barrels that I tasted before. This one is first in the country. This one is the Amaro cask. Nobody else has it. Whiskey Library is the exclusive partner for the Amaro cask finish release. Has a lot of fruitiness to it. Some tart cherry. Some mango. I'm getting a little bit of mango, but I also feel the heat. So the proof on this one is 59%. So that's 118 proof. So that's what it is. You can feel the 118 proof. It's not something that's, you know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of a bottle here. Reminds me of that Angel's Envy. The Angel's Envy New York selection. That's what it smells like. But I'm yet to taste it. Oh my God, it doesn't taste anything like how it smells. Wow. That doesn't taste anything like how it smells. It doesn't taste hot. It's very chocolatey, cakey. It has a ton of butter, so extremely buttery, extremely viscous. It's as though I'm drinking something that's very viscous, very decadent. Wow, that's beautiful. I can understand why people go crazy for this one. So right now I'm trying this one. Okay, keep it right here. Hey Jason, hey Jesse. How are you guys? I'm also getting the toasted rye of this one. The one that I'm holding right now, this is a barrel strength single barrel rye, I believe. Yeah, there's a rye whiskey finished in Pinot de Chardonnay. I know Jesse loves rye whiskeys, so I'm getting more in I'm getting myself more into rye whiskeys just because Jesse loves them. And also, you know, I've been fond of rye. I feel like finished whiskeys are done better in rye than bourbon. Could be a hot take, but that's what it is. Let's see. Yeah, the thing is, sweeter whiskeys, sweeter whiskeys, not sweeter, spicier whiskeys like rye whiskeys, they get very good complement. They get very well complemented by uh, finishes because it adds the sweetness to the spicy, so adds a lot more character and a lot more texture to it. So pretty happy with that. So the one I tried just now, that was, let's use the Heaven Hill cup as the dump cup. Perfect. So this is our dump cup right here, or the infinity cup. I'm pouring in this one. This could be a nice shot right here. But perfect. So cleaning my palate, and then we'll try the Amaro finish bourbon. This is probably the only, I've said it before, the only Amaro finish K-Luke out there. The only barrel that they did. And they get bottled by Bardstown Bourbon Company, depending on your opinion of them. See, the thing is, the first one, I like it. I would say if I was to rank it, it wouldn't come in my top 5 whiskeys. It wouldn't come in my top 10 whiskeys. It would probably be my top 20 whiskeys I've had, because it's a really good whiskey. But I've just had a lot of good stuff lately that it's hard to say that it's my top 5 or whatever. But this is not bad, not a bad purchase. I just don't know if this is the first thing I would go to. And it's distilled in Kentucky and Indiana, so they're mixing a little bit of both. Okay, you know what we should do? Every time we get a new bottle, we should read the back of the bottle, because it always has like a beautiful story about it. Because why not? They took effort to write it down, so why not read it? After tasting thousands of barrels, Jonathan and wife Jennifer decided it was time to create their own brand. K-Luke, sharing their love of whiskey and family with you. This blend is a combination of mash bills containing up to 36% rye from Kentucky and Indiana, creating a balanced blend and layered bourbon, bottled, non-chilled, filtered at barrel strength, so you can taste all the flavor. Okay, K-Luke is a tribute to both of their children, Caitlin and Lucas. Oh, that's why. I always wondered why they named it K-Luke, because I was like, I don't get it. What's K-Luke? Because the guy's name is Jonathan, and his last name starts with M. So now I see Caitlin and Lucas. So K-Luke. We hope you enjoy this bourbon with family and friends as much as we do. Cheers. Perfect. So that was the small batch blended. This one is the Amaro finish. Oh my God, this smells like a Manhattan in a glass. Cheers, Scott. Cheers, Bruce. Cheers, Jesse. Chattanooga did one few years back. Oh, Chattanooga whiskey. Yeah, they do a lot of funky stuff, a lot of experimental stuff. I know they did something with Coca-Cola. Then they do something with Amaro and stuff. You know what I realized? That section needs to be well lit, so it will look better. So yeah, I guess I'll do that once I'm done. Next stream will be good. I'll have the Frey Ranch samples for next stream. That's the plan. It tastes too much like Amaro. It doesn't even taste like bourbon. Sweet chili. It has a very funky note that I can't describe. It's, if you ever are at a bar, you can ask for a shot of Montenegro. That's what this tastes like. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know what spirit Montenegro is, but Montenegro spirit. Okay, it's an herbal liqueur. Oh yes, that's Amaro. Oh yeah, So that's why it tastes like Montenegro. Because I always used to get it to cleanse my palate at a bar, and I used to like it. But this tastes exactly like that. It tastes nothing like a bourbon. So if you're into that stuff, I would get this because it. I mean, I don't know. Some might say this has too much of the Amaro, but I like it just because I like Amaro. But thinking back to people who might not like Amaro as much, they won't like this bourbon because it doesn't taste like it. It's lost its bourbon-esque flavor. So it lost its bourbonicity. It's more so an Amaro finished in a bourbon barrel. That's what it tastes like. An Amaro finished in a bourbon barrel. It leaves like a high proof bourbon, like a high proof Amaro. It leaves your tongue with a very distinct coffee, red chilies, green chilies, and just a lot of not exactly spice, but like all the African spices. That's what it feels like. I don't know how to explain this. It's a very funky one. I don't think I've had something this funky. So if you're into funk, I would get this. If you like bourbon more than anything else and you don't like Amaro as much, I wouldn't get it. Let off bottom that sign and you can angle them. I don't know what that means. Let off bottom that sign and you can angle them. Oh, LED. Oh, LED off bottom that sign and you can angle them. Oh, yeah. I can angle the LEDs. That's what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I can also change the color to say blue or red or whatever color I want. I guess blue looks better than the previous one. But yeah, the lighting looks good. Um, that's all I had to say about this one. It's nothing exceptional like people make it out to be, but it's good bourbon. I don't know if I would even call this bourbon just because it tastes so much like Amaro, has an Amaro influence, and it's funky. That's why you probably won't see this going into a lot of mystery boxes, just because this is just so funky that I don't know if not everybody will be liking it. Oh, thank you, Bruce. Thank you. Not everybody will like it. It's a very polarizing bourbon, but yeah, let's move on. Let's move on from this one. It just reminded me of the times I used to ask for a Montenegro at the bar. So cool. This one is something I'm excited for because I like sweeter finished ryes, and this is one of those. So this is the K. Luke Pinot de Charon finish rye whiskey. And I don't usually like rye whiskeys. I'll be honest. People were going crazy about Old Overhaul. They were going crazy about a lot of different rye whiskeys. Sagamore also people love a lot. But I'll be honest. I like finished ryes. I like wine finished ryes. So the first rye that I ever liked was the Albarino cask finished rye from Sagamore, and that was beautiful because it didn't even taste like rye. Added that sweet note to it. But yeah, this is the K. Luke Pinot de Charon finish rye whiskey. Cheers, guys. Funky like musk. I think it was more so funky like musk, like a fruity funk rather than a dirty funk. There's this one note that my girlfriend told me about. She added it to my vocabulary. It's called petrichor. Petrichor is. I had to Google this basically, but it's basically how mud smells after a long summer when something's raining, and I don't know. It's just wet rock smell. That's why I always called it. I always called it either wet rock, tropical forest, or like muddy smell. That's what this thing is. This Rough Rider rum cask finish, Daiquiri Beach. This is that petrichor note. But yeah, something new I learned the other day. Oh wow, this definitely smells like a rye whiskey. It has more of the rye whiskey in its nose than the wine. I can see a little bit of white port in this. Smells like a combination of the white port wolf from Moonlight and just a regular rye whiskey. Can't say like a good rye whiskey because I don't believe any rye whiskey is good enough for me except for the ones that taste like bourbons. Wow. I absolutely love this one. I think out of these three, my favorite would have to be this one. It's just because it also has that soft funk, and if you like rye whiskey for the spice of it, it does not have any spice, but you can tell it's a rye. It's not spicy, but you can tell it's a rye. This is beautiful. I like this. I don't know what the proof is on this. See, the proof on this one is 114.6 proof. The other one was 111, and I think this one tastes much smoother. So you need more Sagamore in your life. I have this Sagamore double oak. That's the extent of how much Sagamore I can have. And then Albarino finish. Sagamore is really good, but I don't know. I'm just not into rye whiskeys. I feel like if Sagamore made a bourbon, I would be all over it, but they don't. This is also very beautiful. I think my ranking would probably go the rye whiskey first. Second would be the Amaro finish. If with the exception that you don't hate Amaros and Montenegro, and then this one would be my last. I should probably give this another taste, just because when I first tried it, if you don't like funky, if you don't like any funk in your bourbon, I would go with this one. But single barrel wise, I feel like these are very unique single barrels. A lot of the single barrels that I see, they're not funky enough. They feel very regular. They don't feel like single barrels. So this brings out that single barrelness of bourbon. Perfect. So the one I'm trying right now is the blended bourbon, which I gotta say, Jonathan is a good blender because even though he has so much funk in the single barrels, the blended one does not have any funk. I mean, it's just a regular good bourbon done right. So I don't know if I can truly rate these, just because it depends on your preference. I like my funk. That's why I'm rating the rye whiskey, because it's like a good medium between funk and not funk. But it doesn't taste like you can tell it's a rye whiskey, but it doesn't taste like spicy rye. You don't get that rye spice in it. Do a mash bill with them. They'll distill some barrels. Oh yeah. Sagamore. Yeah, I've heard there's some brokers with barrels that were distilled at Sagamore, and they're now turning like 4 or 5 years old, which seems pretty cool to me. Cool. Moving on. What do we try next now? Whew. You know what? This is something I cannot forget the taste for. This is beautiful. The Peerless Double Oak. This is a really big sleeper. I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this one. It's crazy good, and I'm trying so hard to get a barrel of these guys. Oh, I guess they could make their corks better. Yep. That's the cork. Just came off. So yeah, this is something they can work on, but the taste of the bourbon itself, that's all I care about. But you do you. Here we go. Pouring some Peerless Double Oak, just because why not? Oh, beautiful. Beats the Kale Oak. If I was going for a double oak bourbon just to sip, and I don't want to think too much, I would probably go for this one. The reason I like this so much is because it's just chocolate milkshake. All bourbon, no cork. Yes, exactly. Like they might cheap out on the cork, but the bourbon itself is solid 10 on 10. Actually, I wouldn't give it 10 on 10 just because I have standards that are really high and I want to pretend like, I've tried some of the best bourbon, but I think this is pretty damn close to 10 on 10. Really well balanced. I like Free Ranch a lot. I've always loved Free Ranch and I always talk about it, but this one is different. It's not like Free Ranch. It's got a different skill to it. You can't compare the two. You can't compare Free Ranch with this one. Speaking of Free Ranch, why don't we try the single barrels? Or should we? Actually, I'm gonna try plenty of Free Ranch next week. I'll try the Optimus. It's been a while. I'm just gonna try a bunch of stuff today, because why not? So trying out the Optimus. Blunt blend, yes, it's coming soon. We'll get the blunt blend in soon, and some of the other releases they have. I'm trying to work more closely with David from Dark Arts. Those guys are really cool. They do some good stuff, and probably one of my favorite NDPs out there. Is Peerless an NDP, or do they distill their own stuff? Bourbon barrel twice, no water. Does it say where it was distilled? Please. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, distilled and bottled by Kentucky Peerless. Proud of these guys. So I guess Dark Arts is my favorite, one of my favorite NDPs. I really like ASW. They're moving more towards distilling their own stuff, but I'll always be a fan of what they sourced. Always, they sourced a lot of stuff from MGP and all over the place. I think the top three NDPs right now for me personally are probably Fiddler, so ASW, New Louisville, and Dark Arts. Yeah, those three are probably my top three. Pinhook would make it there, but Pinhook doesn't do enough funk. You gotta have some fun. This tastes like a 15-year. All right, I'm gonna blend all of this now. This is like a super blend. Perfect. Speaking of Dark Arts, why don't we try the Dark Arts 11-year? I'm almost running out. I should start keeping myself some backup bottles like you guys do. Joseph Magnus is pretty good. It's just that they're now bought by a conglomerate, so they're very hard to work with. A lot of the times when distilleries get bought by conglomerates, a lot of the old techniques of sourcing and making whiskey and blending die out, and it's more so about the profits and the shareholders and all of that stuff. So, unfortunately, that's something I've seen with these distilleries. So that's why Joseph Magnus wouldn't be for me. Yeah, they used to do some. I think where they peaked was when they released their cigar blend. They made their own cigar blend, and everybody followed. Everybody loved it so much that other distilleries started doing it. And I'm a controversial man. I'm not afraid of saying what I feel. I feel like a lot of these conglomerates, they're not what they used to be. They're going more towards the profits and the valuation of their business. And if you're in business, it makes sense. But also, take care of the people that stood by you in the start. Because I mean, this thing used to be one of the greatest single barrels. I used to not drink whiskey back then, but some of the older Blantons that I've tasted, releases from 2019, 2018, they're nothing like what they do now. And what I think about when I imagine like the Blanton's distillers going through the rick houses and sourcing for these Blantons is that when they taste something exceptionally good, they're being told to leave it aside for the higher allocated stuff. Hey Shannon, you finally made it after renting a car. Thank you so much for coming, man. I appreciate you always. But I was just saying, when master distillers go for tasting the barrels, I feel like what they're being told, and that's what I've heard from a couple of my sources, is that if you taste the barrel and it tastes exceptionally good, you want to set it aside for a Blanton's Gold or a Pappy or one of the BTACs. I might be messing up on the mash bills because they have 3 or 2 different mash bills, but that's what I've heard. So that's the reason for the Blanton's decline. Because it's all about being limited. So yeah, I think out of my bar setup right here, my favorite one so far, if there was one bottle that I had to have somebody who's not into bourbon taste, it would be this one. It's the 11-year Dark Arts blend. It's a 10-barrel blend by Whiskey Library, and I call it the Liquid Gold. And it's got our logo up here, and the name here is WL1. That's the batch number 1, because there's more batches to come, but this is our first batch ever. Let's give it a shot. Just so much floral, caramel, and just vanilla bean. Like not dried vanilla bean, fresh vanilla bean. Yeah. Starts off being milk chocolate. Milk chocolate meaning like chocolate milkshake, literally like the Peerless. Then it goes into a little bit of spice and then ends with a floral finish, just like the nose. So it's like a complete circuit where it starts being on the nose. It's like a floral, flowers, dried fruit, a lot of the vanilla bean, like the fresh vanilla. I don't know how to call it fresh vanilla. Like I imagine the flowers and all of that stuff. And then when you taste it, starts off being chocolate milkshake, a little bit of spice, and then ends being what it smelled like. So this is truly beautiful. Very cool. All right. What should we try next? What do we try next? What do you guys recommend? I've been trying some of the best bourbons today that we've picked. Some new releases. You know, the bottles look so beautiful up here with the lighting and everything. I'm so glad I did this. But yeah, I've got some samples. You know, something I never tried. And my very dear friend Guy Earn, he gave me these, and I never got a chance to try them yet. So I'm gonna try them right now. These are Ben Holiday's. Ben Holiday bottled in bond, soft red wheat, 6 years old. And I've tried a lot of higher proof stuff today. So typically I don't like to go high proof to low proof, but I'll make an exception for this one. Fresh glass for my friend. I know Guy Earn wasn't able to make it today, but he's with us in spirit, quite literally. So the first one, I don't know why he sent 3 of them. I don't know if it's supposed to be. So I guess one is for me, one is for Harpo, and one is for AJ. I think that's what it is. It's not different barrels, because this is okay. I'll save these for my fellow brothers. Otherwise, I'll end up finishing them. I need some water. Yeah, the soft red wheat is amazing. Bruzo does good picks too. I had the opportunity to taste one of Bruzo's picks at ASW because we were picking 2 barrels of the Fiddler Antique, and I tried the 4 barrels, and then the 5th barrel was what Bruzo had picked, and Wit was like, you can taste Bruzo's pick if you want some, and then he thieved it out. He gave it to me. I liked it. It was pretty good. It's not been bottled yet, though. That's the problem. He picked it in October of last year, and it's not bottled yet. So they're just waiting on compliance, I think. Not bad. I like this. I like to lean more towards the higher proof bourbon because I can pick up more notes, more flavor. It's like a more concentrated flavor bomb, if you may. This just has a lot of dried fruit and raisins. I'm getting a lot of raisins, but not like a crazy amount just because it's bottled in bond. And my palate is also kind of chopped after. The higher proof stuff. Yeah. All right. Last pour of the night. We're closing up shop. I probably want to try. Let's see. If any recommendations you guys have. I could try the Hill Rock. I could try the Frey Ranch. I could try the Angel's Envy. I could also try the 15 stars. Actually, a lot of people got this one in their mystery boxes. I'll try the 15 stars Timeless Reserve. Oh, no, this is not the Timeless Reserve. This is the Artisan Collection. Oh, I love that pop. That's probably the best pop I've ever heard. Wow. Farmer's Uncut. I will do that after this one. Fresh cup. No, this is not a fresh cup. Okay. Fresh cup right here. Oh, yes. Harpon, you're late to the party, man. We tried all 3 of the K-Luke. I will get you a sample of those. Sent to New York. Shipped to New York. You saw the new setup and the new lighting? Look how beautiful the bottles look here. Oh, man, I'm so glad you're here. I'll tell you this. This one is my favorite. Surprisingly, the rye one is my favorite. It's just Pinot de Charan finished rye whiskey. I feel like the Pinot sweetness complements the rye whiskey a little bit. This one is the Amaro finished bourbon. The Amaro finished bourbon literally tastes like a Montenegro at a bar. If you go into a bar, ask for a Montenegro, which is basically an Amaro, it literally tastes like that. I tried it in Vermont, the Montenegro, but it tastes like that. It just tastes like a higher proof Montenegro. I think it's lost a little bit of its bourbon profile, but I like the funk. Both of these are extremely funky, by the way. This one's very funky too. Has a lot of red chilies, a lot of what was it? Cucumbers, red chilies, and some jam. I don't know how to explain this one, but you gotta try this one. And then this is just bourbon done right, I think. But the reason I like this the least is because it lacks that funkiness. I like single barrels, but a lot of the other single barrels that I've tried, they don't have that much funk, which, kind of the point of the single barrels is you get to have a little bit of fun with it. But the blended is properly blended and the single barrels are properly single barreled. And then right now I'm trying the Artisan Collection, sent to me by my friend Rick Johnson. Cheers to him. Oh, wow. It's a little husky on the nose. I'm getting cream, cherries, and then I'm also getting some pound cake. Ooh, it's got some spice to it. So if you told me that this is a rye whiskey, I would probably believe you. If you like rye whiskeys, I would probably highly recommend this one. This is also bottled at Bardstown, Kentucky. I believe it's bottled at Bardstown Bourbon Company as well, just like the K. Luke, but I could be wrong. Pretty solid. I like it. And then, as per Scott's recommendation, I'm gonna end the night with some farm strength Free Ranch. And the reason for that is also because rye box. Yes, we should do a rye box. The reason for that is also because next week, the first thing and the only thing we're gonna try next week is Free Ranch, because it's the Free Ranch day, the Free Ranch tasting day. But now I'm thinking which one we should try. We should try the single barrel quad malt, or the uncut. So this is the farm strength uncut, but I mean technically the single barrels are also farm strength uncut. So I think my favorite single barrel here was this one. Wow. Time to cleanse the palate. And then get a fresh cup. Cheers, guys. I'll try both of them. I'll try the uncut, unfiltered first. Oh my God. Batch 19. I can already smell the cherries. You know, while dark arts is my favorite thing up here, I don't think I can ever get over how good these blends taste. These batches taste. This is crazy to me, because how does it smell this cherry? There's so much cherry in this. It's crazy. Wow. Tastes like a Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper bourbon. If Dr. Pepper made bourbon, this would be it. One thing about Free Ranch that kind of controversial is that their farm strength batches taste more like single barrels, and their single barrels also taste like single barrels. But they're pretty consistent with their cherry forward note. Oh, you drink it with Dr. Pepper. So this is the Distiller's Reserve. Distiller's Reserve farm strength single barrel. Oh, this is actually 5 grain. Oh, sorry. This is actually 5 grain. Next week, I'm going to bring Dr. Pepper with me, and I'm going to try the Dr. Pepper. And, Colby will be here too. I don't know if he'll find it disrespectful, because, it's uncut, unfiltered. You're supposed. I don't know. He's a good guy. I think he will have fun with it. He makes a lot of 6-7 jokes. So hopefully we get one in the live stream. It'll be funny. Wow. Now, which one do I like more? I probably would lean more towards the farm strength uncut, unfiltered. The batch 19 is just a banger. So 5 grain has corn, wheat, rye, oat. Yeah, that's the different thing. It has oat on top of rye, wheat, corn, and malted barley and oat. Yeah. The oats bring a lot of burnt toast to the table, so a lot of bitterness, which I can feel, which kind of gives you an illusion of an older age statement because it feels more oaky than it is because of that oat, which brings the burnt toast. Because typically when stuff is older, it also gives you the burnt toast, the oakiness. Cool. That was our last pour for the night. Let's finish it off with the infinity cup. It's our tradition every week. For those who this is the first time for them, every week we finish off our Friday night pour with an infinity cup, and this is tonight's. It has K. Luke. Okay, I'll go through them one by one. K. Luke Amaro finish bourbon. It has the K. Luke blended bourbon. It has the Pinot de Charon. It has the Peerless. It has the Optimus Ampersand. It has the Dark Arts 11-year blend. It has the 15 Stars Artisan Collection. And then it has the batch number 19 of the Uncut Unfiltered. And then finally, single barrel Distillers Reserve 5 grain barrel number. There's no barrel number on this. Okay, barrel number 3015. So this is a blend of all of those into this one cup. And cheers to everybody that joined. Cheers, Scott. Thank you so much for joining. Cheers, Jesse. Cheers, Jason. Cheers, Greg. Oh, Greg, thanks for reminding me. I got to send you a sample. And cheers, Harpoan. And cheers, Shannon. Cheers, Scott. Cheers, Bruce. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And I hope I'll see you next week for the Frey Ranch tasting. You know, even through this, I can still taste the Amaro finish. This is all I taste. I feel like this is just a blend between the Amaro finish and the Dark Arts. Those two stand out to me. So I guess here we go. Here's the tasting notes for the Infinity Cup. Thank you so much for everybody for joining. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Cheers.